And welcome back, disc golf fans, to the 2024 Texas State's Disc Golf Championships presented by Lone Star Discs. We're out here at Brock Park, excited to see a couple different layouts for the FPO and MPO divisions. Looking at the ChaseCard Plus coverage here. Ready to check out these highlights. I'm Nathan Queen, again joined by Andrew Fish.
And the Texas State Championships, a historic disc golf event occurring in its 29th edition this year, and has kind of bopped around the state this year in Houston, Texas for the second consecutive year, and part of the Pro Tour as an Elite Series event.
Yeah, and after a break for MPO, the guys are going to be coming out here ready to swing, and Missy Gannon off of her first major win, now up there in the lead.
We'll take a look at the FPO diamond layout here at Brock Park. This is kind of modified from the permanent course at Brock, 7,675 feet. Some multi-shot holes, some decent angles that they have to cover, but also out of bounds and treacherous wind today.
Yeah, and even with the treacherous wind, some of the feedback I've gotten from the ladies is very attackable. Quite a few holes under 300 feet in the par 3 range, and these ladies ready to hit some double digits out here.
We're going to start it off with Evelina putting on hole 1 for birdie.
And able to connect on it, something she's done tremendously better this year on the putting green.
Yeah, you love to see that improvement, in contention at multiple events, and throwing very well, obviously. Here is her drive on hole 3.
No putt needed there.
And Owen Scoggins, if I'm not mistaken, she aced at this event last year. This time, a credible ace run on hole 3 also.
Yeah, pretty sure it was hole 3 that she aced last year. Oh, Emily Weatherman here with a nice putt early on in the round to get going.
Texas player at the Texas State Championships. Owen Scoggins' second shot on hole 4.
You can just see the wind moving those trees around. Owen using that forehand spin to get back to the basket nicely. And we've got a lefty on the coverage here, Leah Senegini.
And very nicely into the circle, also managing the wind.
And as you see here, they're all on the same hole. That's the same time of day, but no wind right there. Lots of, it changed up quite a bit out there throughout the day.
In the drone flyover, you could probably see the remnants of previous ball golf course, but you know that there's also a whole lot of trees. The layout works through the woods and the interstitial part of the fairways, or former ball golf fairways, very nicely. Owen Scoggins, big putt, as an Owen will do.
Yeah, and that one was for a turkey. Got 3 in a row. Just following that wood line nicely. The ground play here, although we were on 2 weeks ago, we were on a ball golf course and got lots of big skips. This is an old ball golf course, so it's not as maintained grass-wise. It's not the nice fairway grass that you see, and you don't really get much skip at all.
Yeah, it can be kind of erratic. If you hit clover, no skip at all. But sometimes the areas around greens are pretty packed down with all the foot traffic by now. Evelina on the par 4 12th. And gets all of this drive, Nathan.
Huge drive. Gonna put herself almost in. She is in circle 1 here, looking for an eagle.
Oh, good looking putt.
Yeah.
But the good news about missing eagle putts is
Nice birdie.
Emily Weatherman, another good solid putt from outside circle.
One of the par 3s over 300 feet, 315. And here's some of that packed in ground you were talking about where you can get a skip. She's going to skip right up there in circle 1.
And Owen's ability to use overstable discs as a default I think it can be an advantage in the gameplay of tournament wind conditions.
Yeah, especially out here in the open. With this flat ground, you can look and see 600 feet away, you'll see a flag blow in a different direction. And pick more stable is a good set in that state, and Owen is very good at that.
You see the wide swinging shots here on hole 16 from Owen and now Evelina.
Yeah, swings right around. He's going to go ahead and tap the base. Take a look from the back end. Distance control at its finest.
Hole 16, elevated basket. And Leah Sinigini rides the wind all the way.
Yeah, great putt there from Leah.
Hole 17, pretty dangerous on a peninsula. And Owen Scoggins plays the slow ground perfectly.
Yeah, and then 18, driving off of a dock. Water carry most of the flight. And the OB line's actually 6 or 8 feet off of the water. Owen slides up there nicely.
Yeah, very favorable climb to give herself one last birdie putt attempt.
And imagine that. She's going to go ahead and make it. Owen Scoggins, clean 11 under par. Continuing her streak of hot play this season so far.
Yeah, leading the tournament, 10-19 rated provisionally. And, I mean, great collection of talent. A couple new names as well as some old friends up there.
Yeah, lefty Anna Consine up there in second place. Moving into the MPO course, Brock Premier, whole different course we've got set up out here for us. Pretty similar to the layout from last year from what I hear. It is slightly longer, but a bit more cleaned up as well. Really just about keeping it out in bounds and managing the wind.
Yeah, no doubt. 10,001 feet, good palindrome if you believe the posted distances on signs. Not all of them I do. But wind certainly a factor. Out of bounds on every single hole. We're going to take it to Robert Burridge. Mostly tailwind here on hole 3's approach.
And if that's his drive, that is massive for him to be all the way up there. Upshot should not look that easy on hole 3. But it was a different wind today than I had in practice. Headwind on hole 3 both days, and had the tailwind today helping you get there.
And that's a pretty cake birdie.
Yeah, Luke Humphreys also on hole 3. Can ride about circle's edge. And clean on it. Great putt there from Luke.
Hole 4, a blind tee shot, out of bounds carry to an island green. You have to have practiced this in a couple different wind conditions to know where to aim and how to get it there.
Man, that headwind on this one, it's not even just a blind basket. It's pretty much a blind green. Very tough to execute. And hole 5 here, have to have the distance on point. Drops down directly behind it, so you don't want to come up short or long.
Couldn't see a great view of that from the tee, but neither could the players, so we'll take it from the catch cam now.
Oh.
Anthony Barella with that distance control.
Yeah, using that box. Going to be just right at the bullseye. Nice birdie there.
Burridge on 6 is going to rein it in.
Yeah, and that's a difficult hole to get the birdie on, especially with all this wind out here.
Couple of par 3s under 300 feet. Ricky Wysocki plays turnover mid on hole 7. And up there for a whisker tickler.
Very well executed. Getting into our par 5 here on hole 8. 1,161 feet. Reachable in 2 for some of these bigger arms, but difficult to do.
Hole 12, 460. OB down the right side. Wysocki just going to fight the wind with overstable.
Yeah. Low line drive. You won't see many people throw it that low on this hole. Beautiful shot.
What's getting into the field that everybody's tagging poles and bases today?
I guess when you have to throw more stable, things skip towards it, you know.
Hole 13, back to short par 3s. Barella playing Luna, drags to the right.
Oh, man. I would have loved to throw that tee shot without those flags ripping like they were right there. As he throws a beautiful shot, hits the gap very well. This is Ricky on hole 14 here, second shot into the par 4.
And 15, a little shorter than the posted 372, so Barella just gets to throw sky forehand.
Yeah, I believe they've put a marker on there at 343 for us. As he uses the wind nicely here, little bit of headwind to lift that up and let it move off to the right. Controls that distance again very nicely.
And it seems to be the Anthony Barella show on this back half. Once again, same disc for the third 294 of the round on hole 16.
Yeah, super smooth. Hits the gap very well. And just like hole 3, Luke Humphrey still has that little step putt on nicely. Dead center on it.
Wysocki's approach on hole 17. Tricky par 4, and he's kind of out of position to the right side, but no matter.
And then hole 18, 450 feet. Just a little mix-up on the 5 and the 0 there. Anthony Barella making it look all too easy.
Yeah, depending on the time of day, this wind was very gnarly.
Yeah.
Wysocki gets himself to the right edge about 40 feet. And the 6-time Texas State champion off to a good start here.
Yeah, great way to finish the round. Big birdie on 18. Anthony Barella looking to get the birdie on 18 as well. Great finish there from AB. Gonna get the last 6 to shoot 10 under par on his round.
Yeah, and the solo leader after 1 is Anthony Barella. Thank you so much for joining us on Gatekeeper Media's coverage of round 1 of the Texas State Championships. A little bit of highlights, and certainly more to come, Nathan.
Yeah, different wind, so different things going to happen today. Excited to watch round 2 coverage. Thank you guys for joining us out here. For Andrew Fish, I'm Nathan Queen. We'll see you guys out there.